What is the city's primary safety concern and how will you address it?
The city's primary safety concern remains crime and is crime every day.
How will you address it?
Providing safety is as I said earlier in this discussion, providing safety is the number one function of local government. It is the number one function of county government. I pledge that we will fully work with our safety forces to provide our citizens with safer neighborhoods and with safe workplaces, safe schools, very, very important for an environment for our children going to and from school, and a safe downtown. I think statistically we have a safe downtown, but we need to advertise and promote that through public relations to the people outside of the downtown Canton core so that they can come to downtown Canton to enjoy our art district and our restaurants. Specifically as to safety, as with any department, it is my job to provide the best working environment for our department heads to do their jobs, in their professional abilities. In this case, we're talking about the police chief, Bruce Lawler. I know him. I work with him on several county city issues, including the city and Canton County Crime Lab. Chief Lawler is an excellent professional law enforcement officer. He has demonstrated a very capable vision. He has implemented many very good technical programs for implementation in the city. And I would, again, provide the environment for Chief Lawler as a professional law enforcement officer, which I am not, to continue to do his job. And I believe that he does his job pretty well.
Do you anticipate adding more forces, safety forces?
As I discussed, I believe that we are now at the number of 168 officers. I think that we would, in an ideal world, like to add officers until we go through the budgeting process, however. And again, I keep returning to the issue, and that is if there is, I'm just responding to a second question. If there is insufficient funds to do it, then it is very, very difficult to do so.
Stop to stop. You
Okay.
said earlier that things are always changing within the city, and that's certainly true. What's the city's primary safety concern right now, and how will you address it?
We're always concerned about the overall safety of our city. I can tell you that our police department, from the safety director, the chief, all the way down to the newest cadets, I can't tell you how proud I am of this group. It's the most talented group the city's ever had, the most trained, highly trained professional group, and it's also one of the most diverse groups we've ever had. We've worked hard to bring diversity into our city so that we don't have issues like they had in Ferguson and Cleveland when an incident occurs. We've worked hard to increase the number of patrolmen on the streets. We have more patrolmen on the streets today than we did before I took office. That's exciting. We've used intelligence-led policing ideas and concepts with ShotSpotter and body cameras, computers, and other strategies we've put into place in collaboration with community-based policing, and we've seen tremendous results with this new style of policing. We just brought in the Fugitive Safe Surrender program that saw over 400 individuals walking in warrants clear the records. And so we're working at every angle on this. We have the 10 most wanted posted online, so we use the technology that way. We continue to partner with the police department and the chief to address the needs of our constituents, but also to try to find the best way to continue bringing crime down. And since I've been here, crime is down by 25% overall. Violent crime has been reduced. We still have too much crime in our city. We're going to continue fighting every day to bring that number even lower. But because of this relationship, because of our efforts, I believe that's why the Canton Professional Police Officers, the CPPA, has endorsed my candidacy for this election, and I'm proud of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, would you like, you can have a minute to rebut if you like.
If I may, very briefly, number one, the personnel number in the police department as of 2008 was 178. Today it is 168. So the mayor's statement as to there being more police officers today than then is not factually accurate.
It's not what I said.
Number two, that information was received from city sources, the Civil Service Commission. Number two, with regard to the crime rate in the city of Canton, this is a statistical chart of the crime rate in the city of Canton. And the crime rate in the city of Canton today is no lower than it was in 2009. He claims a 25% reduction because crime actually rose in the interim and then went back down. But during his administration from 2009 to 2014. It is the same as it was then. Also, crime statistics for Canton, as well as for every other major city in Ohio or nationally, again, mirror the same statistic. And again, overall, violent crime is down nationally. Violent crime and property is down also.
Okay,
You know,
thank you, Mr. Burnaby.
That's just not true. I mean, look at Cleveland. Cleveland's crime is going out of control right now. They've got all kinds of problems. You can compare any city to city. What I can tell you is, I said we have more patrolmen on the streets today. We have less overall police officers in the force, but we reduced the number of supervisors from 45 down to 30. That gives us more patrolmen on the streets. I've got more patrolmen on the streets today than we did before I took office. That's what we need, is people on the streets, and that's what's helping us reduce crime. Thank you.
How many patrolmen were on the streets in 2008?
130. There's 140 now.
You just made that number up.
No, I did. We had 175 police officers. There was 45 supervisors. That's 130. I know how to add. Thank you very much.